For this webinar, I did research on the use of Legos in the early childhood elementary education classroom. Through my study, I was able to figure out that there were many benefits of using Legos in the classroom. Some of those are it increases fine motor skills. The way that the children are practicing the dexterity as they connect the Lego pieces. Sometimes there are smaller pieces, thinner pieces, sometimes there are larger. Also, sometimes it takes the pressure of pulling and pushing the pieces to connect. Both of those are examples of increasing fine motor. The second benefit is cooperative play. Children are learning how to share, take turns, engage in conversations with other children. This goes hand in hand with the social emotional aspect. Number three, there's a sense of accomplishment. When a child is challenged to create a final product that started out as a vision, the final project gives them a sense of accomplishment, and that is very important for their self-esteem. The fourth thing is persistence. That's something that we need to teach our children. And with the use of Legos, maybe the first time the challenge, the thing that they want to see does not come out right, we're encouraging them to have a go, do it again, take your time, and to persevere. That kind of goes again with the final project, then gives them such a sense of accomplishment. Teaches STEM content areas all across the board. Some of the mathematical benefits are balance, shape, sizes, the ideas of symmetry. There are problem solving involved, focus and attention to detail. Literacy can be covered because we'll get into that in a minute with some of the things that you can do with the Legos. So STEM is actually all over the technology. That's one, they're building, they're constructing, and like I said, I mean, the STEM content areas as well as other content areas like the literacy are going to be covered just from playing with the Legos in the classroom. The last thing that I have on there is to teach creativity. And when children are using various shapes, colors, and sizes of their Legos to construct, they're pulling something out of their mind that they're envisioning, and they're actually making it as a tangible object. And in order for them to do that, they have to use the creativity and the imagination that they have. I thought that this quote from Jane Meldegard Johansson, I hope I'm not saying her name wrong. She's the communication manager for Lego Education. And in discussing why Legos and are so beneficial in the classroom, she was quoted as saying, "It is a good way to get children incorporating technology concepts into their learning while still thinking outside the box." And I thought that that was a really good way of summarizing the benefits that go along with it. Ways to use Legos in the classroom. I've come up with a few of them here that I've taken from the internet that some of our educators, some colleagues have actually put online for us to follow in. Number sense. The thing to do with that is to have students sort them, count them, classify the Legos. You can, as you can see in the picture at the bottom that have the words on it and the letters on it, you can also do that with numbers. And you can have them put those in order, tell you the number that you have. Letter building, and that goes back with the picture that we have there. Create letters of the alphabet using the Lego bricks. The picture there, the example, has the word can, and the children are supposed to find the C, the A, and the N, and put those on top. Those are that goes with the word building, which is the next one. And that helps with language and fine motor skills as well, because when you're putting those letters on top of the word, it's back to that, pressure and dexterity that you're using with the fine motor. Word recognition, a way to do that is to write your sight words on them. Story starters, create a scene, use some of the minifigures. And actually, I did not get into that, but some of the other sets of Legos have the minifigures. You can use as a writing prompt. They could create scenes for each other. That ties in with the literacy. Patterns, we're all about teaching patterns. You can use the bricks to make simple patterns. You can do color patterns, AB, ABB, ABC. Those, you can do maybe size patterns. That's another thing you could do with math, the small, medium, large, big, bigger, biggest. So measurement, it talks about using the measuring with the same unit, and you can, take a pencil. How many Legos long is the pencil? And I thought that painting and the art was one thing that I wanted to cover on there as well, and to just dip the bricks into the paint and have the children paint with them. Create all of the things that they think that they can, put on paper just from dipping the Lego into the paint. You could use either side on that. A couple of the developmentally appropriate practice teaching strategies, the two that I chose to use with Legos would be encouraging. Give praise on what the child constructs. Let them tell you what it is that they've constructed. Sometimes you're not going to be able to understand exactly what they've put, on the Lego table, but let them talk to you about it and be encouraging to what they've constructed, but also, maybe give them ideas on, well, if you did this with your castle or your home, what else could you put on there? Just encourage them. And the second one is to give directions back to the number sense. Direct them to touch each brick as they count. Show them, use hand over hand, and just model that the directions that you want them to do. As an educator, I believe in the Lego Education Program curriculum. I did some research on that, and that is something that is available to teachers, and it is using the technology that Lego has out there. And I really enjoyed reading about that. Using the Legos in the classroom. I mean, that's one set of materials, and we talked about it covers a multitude of the content areas. We covered not only STEM, but we covered literacy, we covered art. So just having one set of materials and having that many content areas covered, you're gonna get great assessments. And that kind of takes me into the last thing that I firmly believe in, which is how we're supposed to promote learning through play. And what better way than to give children a set of Legos and just have them, start constructing and put what they're seeing in their brain and in their mind and in their imagination and actually bringing it to life on the table. All right. These are my references. I appreciate your time. Thank you.